Okay, so you ready to dive into another fascinating place?
All right, absolutely. I love these deep dives. I always learn something new.
Me too. So today we're heading to India, to the city I have to admit I didn't know much about before going through this material.
Oh, yeah.
Indore.
Indore, yeah. It's really interesting the more you dig into it.
Yeah, and we've got a ton of material here, like a whole stack of stuff about this city, and it's clear Indore is not your typical tourist destination. It's got this unique blend of history and culture, and then there's the food scene, which let's just say it's legendary.
Yeah, that's what really jumped out at me, too. The food, it's definitely a highlight. But yeah, Indore has this sort of vibrancy about it that I think is really going to fascinate our listeners.
Yeah, I think so too. So let's start by kind of stepping back in time and exploring Indore's royal heritage because, you can't really talk about Indore without mentioning the Holkar dynasty.
Right, they were the ones who really shaped the city's identity, and you can see their legacy everywhere, especially in these incredible palaces.
Yeah, the palaces are a good place to start, I think. So we've got two main ones that come up again and again in the material, Rajawada Palace and Law Bagh Palace.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
So Rajawada Palace, this 7-story structure.
7 stories, wow.
I know, right? Built by the Holters. It's just the scale of it is impressive. It gives you a sense of the power and the resources that the dynasty had.
Absolutely. It's not just a building, it's a statement.
Exactly. It's a tangible link to Indore's royal history.
And it's not just about size either. The architecture of Rajawada Palace is fascinating because it actually reflects different periods of Holkar rule. Like, you can see the evolution of styles over time as different rulers added their own touches.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like a physical timeline of the dynasty almost.
Yeah, you could say that. And then you have Law Bagh Palace, which is a completely different vibe. It showcases a different kind of opulence, a more European influence, I think.
Yeah, that's what I found so intriguing about Law Bagh Palace. It wasn't just traditional Indian design. There were these clear European touches in the interiors.
Right.
Which makes you wonder about the connections the Holters had beyond their immediate borders.
It suggests a court that was very much aware of global trends and maybe even trying to project a certain image, on an international stage.
Yeah, a dynasty that wasn't isolated but was engaged with the wider world in a way.
Yeah, and those design choices weren't just decorative, they were potentially political statements, too.
It makes you think about the Holkar mindset, right?
Definitely, a certain open-mindedness, a willingness to incorporate outside influences.
It definitely makes the history feel more dynamic. Less like a static story from a textbook.
Yeah, you start to see the people behind the events.
Exactly. So from these impressive remnants of the past, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about something that consistently comes up in our sources as a major highlight of Indore, the food scene.
Oh yeah, the food. We have to talk about the food.
Because it's not just good food, it's like legendary food.
It seems like everyone who goes to Indore raves about the food.
They do, and for good reason. So we have to talk about Sarafa Bazaar, which is this has a double life, I guess you could say.
Double life?
Yeah, during the day, it's a bustling jewelry market.
Oh, wow, so all that sparkle.
Exactly, all the gold and silver and precious stones. But then as night falls, it transforms into this incredible street food paradise.
Wow, that's so cool.
I know, right? It's like the city reinvents itself every evening.
And the food, like you say, is supposed to be out of this world.
Oh, yeah. We're talking Hute ka keez gardu jalebi.
What are those?
So pute ka keez is like this grated corn dish cooked with spices, and its savory and delicious gardo are these kind of like spiced fried yam pieces. And jalebi, those bright orange, sweet, crispy spirals.
Oh, yeah, jalebi. I love jalebi.
Oh, and the iconic Indori breakfast. You can't forget the poha jalebi combo.
Poha jalebi?
Yeah, so poha is like this flattened rice dish, and they have it with jalebi for breakfast, savory, and sweet, all in one.
That's interesting. I've never had that combination.
I know, it's unique to Indore, and apparently it's delicious.
So you're telling me this jewelry market just transforms into a street food haven every night?
Every night. It's incredible. And it's not just about the food, it's about the atmosphere, too.
It must be so lively.
It is. People gathering in this public space to eat and socialize and experience the city in a different way. It's like a nightly ritual.
And it speaks to the entrepreneurial spirit of the city, too, right? Like they're utilizing the existing infrastructure in such a clever way.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have Chapan Dukan, which literally translates to 56 shops.
56 shops, all food.
All food, an entire lane dedicated to diverse food stalls.
Wow, they're serious about their food in Indore.
They are, and Chapan Dukan is like the heart of it. You can find everything there, from spicy chates to cooling kulfi.
So whatever you're in the mood for, you're covered.
Pretty much. You just need to arrive with an empty stomach.
That's a good tip.
So having thoroughly explored the culinary delights, let's turn our attention to something a little different, the city's spiritual side.
Ah, yes. Indore is not just about food and palaces.
No, it has a rich spiritual heritage too, and one of the most striking examples of that is the Kanch Mandir.
Kanch Mandir.
Yeah, which is this Jain temple entirely made of glass and mirrors.
Wow, a glass temple. That's incredible.
It is. The descriptions we have in the material say it's a sight to behold, and I can only imagine.
Yeah, the artistry involved must be unbelievable.
And the atmosphere inside, with all the reflections and the play of light,
It must be almost otherworldly.
it's a testament to human creativity and devotion, this desire to create something truly extraordinary to express their faith.
And then we have Bijasan Tekri, which offers a completely different spiritual experience.
Yeah, Bijasan Tekri is more about nature and perspective.
It's a hilltop that overlooks the entire city, right?
It does, and it's supposed to be particularly beautiful at sunset.
So you can see the whole city bathed in the golden light.
Yeah, it sounds like the perfect place for quiet contemplation, after the energy.
Safari adventure park for those who want a bit of an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's like a theme park with rides and activities and animal encounters.
So something for everyone, really.
It shows that Indore is catering to a diverse population with both traditional and contemporary preferences.
That balance is so important for a city's overall appeal. It needs to have something for everyone.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who's thinking about visiting Indore, our sources provide some helpful travel tips.
Oh yeah, practical information is always good.
So the best time to visit seems to be between October and March.
That makes sense. The weather would be much more pleasant then.
Yeah, it's cooler and less humid, ideal for exploring.
And getting around seems fairly easy.
Yeah, auto rickshaws, cabs, local buses, all readily available.
Oh, and one crucial tip I saw mentioned, carry a water bottle.
Yes, always good advice, especially in the Indian climate.
You don't want to get dehydrated while you're out exploring all those amazing sights and smells.
Exactly.